Hey everyone, Shack Redemption back to kick off the 04-05 season. I was hesitant to go live because I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to do before we get going, but I think I did everything. We are ready to go for a 10th straight championship. We've got 17 of the last 18. We are rolling along. We do have a new starting lineup thanks to Dwayne Wade's +5 in the last season. So he's now competing to be like the best player. He might be the best player come next year if he keeps going up. Peyton keeps going down. I feel like Kobe and Dirk are kind of stuck where they're at. Shaq's surely not going up at this point. So we got new starters. Nash moves to the bench because he's only 83. Pow and Yao continue to be stuck in the 15 to 17 range because I can't play them with Shaq and Dirk, so it's either take Shaq and Dirk's minutes down or leave it as is. So I'm going to leave it as is. Pippen's still in the rotation just because I don't really have somebody that can play small forward. I went ahead and made Wade's secondary position a small forward, and I think I have him playing 1 minute at small forward randomly. And if Pippen isn't good, then we'll do more of that, but I don't have somebody else that I'm comfortable playing. Josh Smith's only 76, Corver's 73, so not ready to do that. Bosch is currently out of the rotation along with Dwight. Parker's in the rotation, so we got lots of point guards still going. This team's loaded. So at 78, I kind of didn't want to play Pippen over Bosch or Howard, but Bosch and Howard can't play if Gasol and Yao are also playing, so part of the reason I wanted to get to the video tonight is because I'm still looking to see what I can do to trade Powell. He's in the last year of his rookie deal, so I'd like to trade him before he wants a lot of money. If you watched the last video in the offseason, I tried to trade him along with Nash for Jason Kidd. I also did some fun and tried to get LeBron. I might spend some time doing that again. I think the Blazers will be too good. They'll probably be contenders, but the Blazers have LeBron, so I don't think I'll be able to get LeBron is what I'm saying. But the Pistons, they've been the 8 seed the last couple seasons, so if they're not contending or buying, we might be able to pry Jason Kidd away from them. We'll just have to see. LeBron also went up 4 or 5 more overall, so he's going to be impossible to get. So we'll see. Depending on how the injuries go, I may just wait till the trade deadline, or I might play around with it beforehand whenever teams start deciding that they're selling. So that's the rotation. I went through and fixed numbers and positions around the league. I already did my mentors and training, so I think we're good to go. I went ahead and set some practices up. So we face off against the Lakers, who have been pretty good. And the Heat, I think they're not very good. They ever started Lewis, who didn't go up after leading the league in scoring or top 3 in scoring, something crazy. So let's go ahead and simulate this first few days. A couple of rather close wins. Only 5 over the Lakers. A double-double to start out for Kobe. Those are rare. He also went 4 of 6 from downtown. He's super good at threes. He's 96 at threes now. Shaq with a big double-double. D. Wade with his start. Looking good. Dirk, double-double, not very good. Peyton, I'm hoping does better at point guard now, since he was playing mostly shooting guard before. But that's not a good start. Really not a good start. I also hope Pippen doesn't shoot 7 times in 11 minutes every game, because those shots could very easily go to somebody else. Rashid Mornings, this is pretty much the same team they had last year. Billups we held to 11 points. Rip was down here awful, 2 for 11. Beat the Heat by 11. Gerald Wallace, 23 and 10. Richard cooled off for that one. He also fouled out. So did Theo, so got them in foul trouble evidently. Kobe, 8 of 8 from the line. Shaq, nice double-double. That's 2 in a row to kick off the season. Wade, very similar game to I think what he had the first one. Dirk shot poorly again. Peyton, 1 for 10. I'm sorry, is he 3 for 20 now? He sure is. He's shooting 15%. What is happening? Okay, well, if that's going to continue, we might need to take a look at things. The Warriors were one of the best teams in the West, the Sonics were one of the best teams in the West, and the Wizards were one of the best teams in the East last year. So this will be an interesting week. We already lost, and Dirk is hurt. Peyton has a flame next to him now, so hopefully that means good things. We have a day off, so I'm going to at least let Dirk miss a game, because that lets Mr. Bosch play, thankfully. We'll put Corver up there. Anytime we can let Bosch get in the rotation is a good thing. And it'll probably more or less be the same rotation as before. I just won't give Gasol quite as many minutes. And yeah, oh boy, that was not good. That's all I was trying to do. Let Bosch play a little bit more than what Powell was. Let's do 28 and 20. Alright, 13 over the Warriors, who I imagine will be at the top of the West again. Shaq, not a double-double this time. Gary Payton was 3 for 7, so at least he made as many shots in 7 times this time as he did in his first 20, so that's better. I have some choices to make, like as we go through to see how people are doing. Vince Carter over these first few games averaging 24. Weber, same thing, so they're dominant. Then we lost by 4. The Sonics are only 2 and 3, so that's awesome. We gave them their second win. I don't know why this team is only 2 and 3. Tim Duncan, Baron Davis. Okay, Michael Finley's not as good as he should be, but still have Andre Miller, Kevin Garnett, an old Sean Kemp, but that's a good-looking team. I don't know why they're 2 and 3, but hey, they beat me, so. Shaq's off to a good start. Kobe, 6 for 16 is not going to cut it. That could have been a difference maker. Wade with maybe his first double-double of the year, or of his career. I'm not sure if he had one before. Peyton made his only 2 shots, so that's helpful. He also had 12 assists. We had 42 assists on 45 field goals, so only 3 of our made shots were unassisted. That's nonsense. 28-point win over the Raptors. There's Dirk with a good one. Peyton, double-double, 6 for 10. Okay, he's getting a little better. Shaq was 2 for 10 from the line. Wade with 2 straight double-doubles. He doesn't need to get that many assists, but okay. Powell almost got a double-double off the bench. Pippen had 7 rebounds in 15 minutes. I feel like the minutes are kind of random compared to what I actually set them as, but whatever. How's Manu doing? His scoring's actually down a little bit. I don't think they got, like, people that score. Interesting. And then 16 over the Wiz. Oh, Shaq with 27. Dirk with another 20. I'm going to see if those are Wade's first 2 double-doubles. Did he have any last year? No, he did not. So in 6 games, he has 2 double-doubles already. Per 36, he's averaging a lot more. He's shooting a lot worse. That's not good. Nash with a double-double. Peyton 3 for 8. So we went from 15% up to 36. So we're going to hope that gets over 40. If it's below 40, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bosch got 2 points in his minute that I guess he came in after Dirk got hurt. Let's see how far I did. It looks like I did stuff all the way through this week, so I think we're good to go. Yao for Kwame Brown and a first. No thanks. Yao for Chandler. No thanks. Dirk is back. Yes, please. Alright, back to the normal lineup. And we will take a few minutes away from Mr. Nowitzki. Let's do 30 and... oh, 29? Okay, sure. So aiming for 30, ended up 29. Whatever. I think I'm going to take a minute away from Gary Payton, too, because... oh, he is still playing mostly shooting guard. Kind of forgot, because I have Tony Parker in the rotation. There's really no way around that. But I can make Payton play less by giving Wade another minute, potentially. He seems to be deserving. How many minutes is he playing in the first half? That's 9 plus 6 is 15, so he could play another one. Let's do that. Alright, there's 3 wins. A big blowout of the Nets, who look to be decent. Kobe 28. Dwayne Wade had a nice game. Powell in a start, 18 points. Nice. Yao, big off the bench. Shaq had a double-double, but barely had double-figure points. 1 of 8 from the line. He seems to be getting even worse. Peyton, a double-double. Pippen, 6 assists. That was Bosch, 3 for 6. The Nets, so they're the ones who got Ray Allen, who's now going to average more, it looks like. Potentially. They still have Elton Brand. They drafted Jameer. It's a pretty decent team. This is also who I traded Carlos Boozer to. Looks like he's getting some good playing time. 15 over the Cavs. They're 1-7, so they're pretty terrible. They're one of the teams that don't have any stars whatsoever. I think Birdman was one of their leading scorers last year, actually. Alright, not much. Pretty even scoring here. Dwayne Wade was 7 for 8. Powell, not great from the field, but decent stat line. Bosch off the bench was good. Shaq, another double-double. Shaq's getting all sorts of rebounds this year. And then didn't beat the Nets by quite as much this time around, but Shaq 1 rebound away from another double-double. Kobe only 13 points, turned it over 5 times. This was Dirk's return, not terrible. Powell remained good, even sliding back to the bench. 6 turnovers for GP, 2 for 7 Yao. We got Stoudemire leading the way, 14 and 7. Held Allen just to 16. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Well, right now we have 17 of the last 18 championships. We won 8 in a row, then we lost 1, and now we've won the last 9. So, Dynasty, I believe, is what you'd call it. It looks like it added the trainings in, because I don't remember doing all of these. I surely didn't do all of those individuals in a row. So let's do... I don't want to do a strength medium in between games because that is a high fatigue. So we'll do that. Individual, sure. Let's do conditioning. We get to play the Bobcats. So our first 2 games are against the Bobcats coming up. And they have Jason Richardson, who was on our team previously. I imagine he's going to be averaging around 30 points per game based on who's on their team, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's do... I guess we could do a medium. Bulls. Strength, sure. Sure. Alright, moving on. The Bulls are probably awful. Oh, they're 3-3, surprisingly. And we just lost to them. So I just had to say something, right? Lose to the team I think is terrible. Pacers getting, that's Jay Williams, I believe, and a first for Tony Parker. That's not terrible, because Tony Parker's also about to be due for an extension. But not yet. Yeah, thanks for rejoining. We got 7-point loss to the Bulls. This is the team that drafted both Iggy and Dang. Iggy's doing amazing. Dang, oh my, 18 points per game in 27 minutes. Shooting 6% from downtown. He's 1 for 18. He's only 67 at them. This team, I lost to this team. It wasn't Shaq's fault. I don't see Kobe. He's down here 3 for 14, fouling out with 9 points. Peyton was awful. Nash was awful. Parker was awful. This was a terrible, terrible collective initiative here. But then we blew out the Grizzlies by 46. They're 2 for 10, or 2 and 10. They did steal Jermaine O'Neal away from the Magic, but I guess that's not enough for them. They still have Mashburn. Not much else. A lot of fake guys down here playing. That's not a good sign. Ty Lue's leading your team in scoring. That's not a great look. And Kobe bounced back from a 9-point game to get 35. Shaq, I feel like, is averaging like a career high in rebounds, it seems. That's probably not true, but he's getting a lot of them. We're pretty close to the end of the month where I'll take a look at stats to see if I want to change anything rotation-wise. I guess I can give Dirk a couple minutes back, probably. 22 over the Mavs, who appear to be all right. Sean Marion, still averaging 14. Grant Hill, his first year in Dallas, shooting 58%. They drafted Ben Gordon with the 5th pick, averaging 18 points. Oh my. Kobe, back-to-back great games. Dwayne Wade missed 1 shot. Shaq shot 18 free throws, missed half of them. Peyton, another double-double. Dirk almost had 1, but only 9 points. Alright, let's go give Dirk his minutes back. He's only shooting 44%, but he's also Dirk Nowitzki. Let's do there. And do that. Alright. Our first look at the Bobcats. Beat the Heat by 1. We lose to the Sixers, so we already have 3 losses in our first 15 games. Barely beat the Heat. Kobe with 27, Shaq with yet another double-double. His free throw percentage is just horrendous so far. I'll look at it here in a bit, but 1 for 7. He's had some awful outings from the stripe so far. I don't know. It's just a matter of how 2K works, I guess. Try to keep it even. You can't have... I mean, a team full of star players may not win every game anyway. Rashard Lewis is not doing as well as he did last year. David West is scoring a lot more. That's cool to see. Alright, let's take a look at the Bobcats. They're 6-8, so for an expansion team, not a terrible start. Wade and Dirk. Shaq's down here with 9 and 8. That's not great. 2 for 6, 2 for 7. Got some guys having some bad shooting nights. Let's look at this Bobcats team. Rafe LaFrance, 9.6 rebounds. Jason Richardson, okay, I said he'd be averaging 30. He's only at 26.5, but still. He is about to win Most Improved Player probably because he's a stud. I also just saw so he's in the Big 3, the 3-on-3 league for mostly like retired players, and I guess he's still like dunking it like crazy at age 42 or whatever he is now. So, good job, Jay Rich. Josh Howard, Marcus Banks, Darko. Looks like their guys are doing fairly decent. Devin Harris has the 4th pick. So we play them again. We lost by 23 to the Sixers team that has Allen Iverson. They drafted Emeka Okafor. They've got a whole bunch of power forward centers here in a row. What's Iverson averaging? 28.7. He's getting a career high in assists. Still shooting ridiculous percentages. All right, well, if their team keeps up the good record, he's definitely going to be in the MVP voting, I'd imagine. Well, Shaq had 2 back-to-back poor games, 1 for 9. Yao was 1 for 7, so I guess there's no putting up with Mutombo and Bradley, which, okay, they are great defensive players, but probably shouldn't block all of Shaq and Yao's shots. Kobe was 5 for 16. Seems like when Kobe has bad games, losing is more of a possibility. I'm just going to go through here so we can look at the November awards. Hopefully we get revenge on the Bulls. We got our first look at the 05 draft class. So Chris Paul, Darren Williams, Lou Williams, Monta Ellis, Granger, Marvin Williams, Bogut, Bynum. We got Gortat. I guess, as usual, I'll just kind of go down the list and grab all the real people. Alright, we did indeed get our revenge on the Bulls. We lost by 7 in Chicago, but we won by 39 in Chicago the next time around. Iggy got 19. He was at the top before, too. This is more like what I would expect this matchup to turn out to be. Dirk and Wade and Kobe all with 20 plus. Shaq bounced back. Everybody had decent games. We shot almost 60%. Let's go see what's happening around the league. I did put trades up a little bit because there haven't been any, like the past several seasons, or very few anyway. And so far, not any. So I'm hoping as we get closer to the deadline, maybe that'll happen, but I'm not sure why there aren't trades. Jason Collins has the worst injury. Derek Coleman at age 37, a dislocated left patella will probably get you to retirement quicker. Grant Hill's out for a while. I think last year we went all season without a player of the week, which was definitely the first time that's ever happened. Quite positive. I mean, I guess if I go back and look at like the first season, maybe we didn't have one, but I still feel like we probably did with Clark Kellogg or somebody. Nobody's super surprising. Gerald Wallace might be a little surprising. We got Kidd. I'm pretty sure there was like 1 or 2 days in October, so we're still handing out players of the month for that. Kidd, Arenas, Weber, James, and then rookies we got Dang and Harris, Ben Gordon, and Al Jefferson. I'm going to see if... Okay, well I see Kobe Bryant there, so that's helpful. Dirk and Shaq are still waiting. Shaq says, I'm thinking about testing my value. That's not good. He's averaging 17. He is getting as many rebounds as he's had in the last several years. Shooting 58%. His free throw percentage is awful, but usually it starts out low and kind of works its way back closer to 50, so we'll see if that happens again. Dirk, meanwhile, 17 and 7. Shooting a little worse, but threes are better. He feels unsettled. He's not super happy either. Probably because we're not undefeated. GP will re-sign, but he's 36 and he still has a year after this left, and he's only shooting 40%. So that's probably not a good way for you to get more money from me. So you just wait. How much money does he want? Like 10 plus million. That's a lot of money. Kobe, on the other hand, he's averaging now a little bit more, or about the same actually. Rebounds are down a bit, assists and steals are up. He's shooting not quite the 59% he has been, and his threes are only 37, even though, like I said, he was 96 at threes, but now he's 97, it says. So I'm not sure why. So he's got a 12.4 contract next year, and right now he wants about the same. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. So he's under contract through his age 27 year, so this will get him to 30. I think we want Kobe Bryant until he's 30, right? That sounds like a pretty good deal. We'll give him the bird. No trade clause makes it even better. For some reason, player options don't increase the interest. I think it was like that maybe on the last 2K as well, but at some point before, it did make them happier with the offer if they had a player option, which makes sense. Let's do that. Even if he is injured quite often, he's still Kobe Bryant. So if he's in the league, we want him on the team. Yes, please. All right, and that's, Steve Nash will also resign. He is doing very well off the bench. Per 36, he's actually averaging more points than he did before. Assists are about the same. He's also amazing at threes. That says 99. And he wants even less money than he's making right now. But I don't know if he has a future on the team. So let's go look. Who did we not look at? Dwayne Wade. 15. He's shooting 57%. He doesn't shoot that many threes, so 50% doesn't mean much. Well, 13 of 26. That's more than he was shooting last year. Per 36, about the same, really, as what he did last year. He's pretty happy. We already looked at those guys. Looks like Shaq might be a little tired, so we can take a minute away from him. Powell is for some reason happy, averaging 10 points. Per 36, up to 20, shooting 61%. Yao should probably be mad, but he's not. We still have one more year after this of him on his rookie deal, then we got to figure out what to do. Pippen still doesn't say he's retiring. He's 39 years old. This is 1 year after he retired in real life. But he's doing well for what he's playing. I mean, per 36, that's quite a good stat line. Tony Parker is who I'm scared of. Wow, he's shooting much better. Getting to play a little bit more than he was used to. Anybody getting mad down here? Hopefully the rookies wouldn't. Tony Allen shouldn't be getting mad. Alright, let's take 1 minute away from Shaq. Get it to Yao, probably. Let's do it here. Well, I don't really need more draft picks because that's been my strategy for the last 20 seasons, and that's how we accumulated. You can see here we've got over half of the next draft class under the Pacers ownership, pretty much the same for the next couple of years. So more picks is not what I need, but you're right. Like, I don't like losing people for nothing either. So we can look at the first. No, we can't. So they've not ordered the mock draft yet. Let's take a look here. We're only a half game above the Celtics. Who do the Celtics have? Michael Redd, who led the league in scoring last year, I think, at almost 30 points per game. He's still averaging 30 points per game. This does not look like a 12-3 team. They did get Kenny Anderson from the Spurs. He finally left San Antonio. His number is probably going to get retired in San Antonio. This team is not as good as their record. The Bulls are the worst team in the East. I'm glad we've lost to them. In the West, the Timberwolves are 2-16. They've got 3 fake guys starting. Wow. They've got Hughes and Maggette. Maggette's only averaging 22. I thought it'd be more. Why are they not starting real people? Wow. Okay. Well, the Blazers are 9-7. I thought the LeBron James Blazers would be much better because this is their lineup, and their lineup's amazing. I'd probably start Zach Randolph and make Walker my 6th man. But otherwise, LeBron wishes he had this crew around him in year number 2. This is an amazing team. We got the Nuggets up at the top 15-3. They were who I beat in the finals last year, so not super surprising there. And I meant to look at the Pistons. So they're hovering around here. They're still very good, 11-6. We're going to hope they lose some more. All right, let's get some more practices done. Team system, sure. Individual, sure. We will not study film. Let's do something morning, and then we can do that. Sure. We've not done really any conditioning. All right, let's kick off or finish off the first week of December. Thankfully, we beat the Bobcats. Then we lose again to the Hawks. This one was an 11-point win over the Bobcats. Dirk double-double. 6 for 15 is not great. Kobe's down here with 9 points. That's the second time he's done that. Why he's shooting 5 times in a game, I don't know. While Gary Payton's shooting 12 and making 2 of them. It's nonsense. Devin Harris and Jay Rich leading the way with 17. Then we lose to the 10-9 Hawks. So we let them go, just get over 500. They are pretty good roster-wise. Paul Pierce isn't averaging 20 points. Zadrunas has taken a step back too. So who's scoring more? Van Exel's about the same. Odom's not much higher. I don't know why they're down. I guess it could be if they change like coaches. Maybe their playbook is affecting things. So Kobe again bounces back, but still we lost. Wade was 2 for 8. 2 for 9, Steve Nash. So just somebody make one more shot. We possibly win this game. There's a 40-point win. Oh, there's a 44-point win. So Mavericks, who are pretty good, get annihilated by the Pacers. Dirk and Kobe. Kobe again shot not very well, 5 for 16. I'm glad we just gave you that big money deal, Kobe. Come on, you got to earn it. Actually, I guess not because you already got it, so just do whatever, I guess. Peyton's down here going 0 for 6. Like, am I looking to trade the wrong people? Should it be Gary Payton that I'm trading? Kind of kept him around even though he shot not very well. I've kept him around because he's like the best perimeter defender in the league. Penny Hardaway is on this team after pretty much being an assistant coach for me last year because he barely got to play. 16-point win over the Knicks, who are much better than they've been. Kenyon Martin averaging a double-double. Joe Johnson about the same as he has been doing. Jerry Stackhouse not scoring quite as much, but still a good player. I guess around those 3 people, they've built a decent team. There's Shaq going off for 24 and 12. Peyton a double-double, 4 steals. 1 for 5, Tony Parker. This one should be fun to look at. We got 4 guys with 20 plus. Peyton with like his best game of the year so far. He's averaging 9 and almost 9. He is still over 40%. Please stay over 40%. I'd like for your threes to be over 30%, but I guess that's too much to ask. He's only 72 with them, but I'd like him to just shoot the open ones, if that's possible. Bulls, Chris Wilcox leading the way. They're just going to have a bunch of guys averaging like low teens probably, other than Luol Deng with 18 per game. Alright, did I already do this? I think, yeah, I did up till the Magic game, so let's go ahead and do the rest of them. We can have a rest day there. Sure, the Jazz should be awful. Let's do that. Try to rest after the back-to-backs, but then we'll come back and do conditioning. Let's do a scrimmage. And then something like that. Too low. Alright. Beat the Kings. Got some more scouting to do. Beat the Pistons, beat the Magic. Thankfully haven't been, there's just been the one injury to deal with. Dirk got hurt for a few games. 32-point win over the Kings. Dirk, 34 and 10. I'm not sure what his career high is. It's 36, and he's got a 34. So Gilbert Arenas had 50. Bruce Bowen made 8 threes. Manu had 7 steals. Dirk's points per game has really shot up, I guess partly because of this game. 2 for 9, Pow. Peja on the Kings, yeah, he should be averaging a lot more because there's not much scoring on this team, like at all. They got Sean Livingston with the 7th pick. Alright, beating the Pistons is good. If we can get them under 500, we'd really put ourselves in a good place to possibly try to trade for Jason Kidd. He's not super happy. That's good for us too. He's having a really good year. He's like one of the few players that the Pacers have not gotten their hands on that I really, really like. So we'll see if we can make it happen potentially. And Gary Payton sucking is kind of making me want him more. 40%, and he did get over 30% from downtown at least. Dwayne Wade, another double-double. Kobe with a big 29. And then 14 over the 9 and 16 Magic. The Magic lost both Jermaine O'Neal and Jason Williams in free agency, so they're going to be much worse. I think they have Turkoglu and not much else, I don't think. Dwayne Wade led the team with 27. Everybody had decent games, looks like. They have Bobby Jackson, Vashawn Leonard's averaging career highs, and there's Turkoglu, 25 points per game. It's kind of cool to see people break out like that when they're on not so good teams. Alright, we don't have a Christmas game, but we do have a Christmas Eve game in Boston. And actually, let's make sure. I don't want to have people around Christmas morning. Oh, I didn't look at the dates. We got to make sure people are enjoying. Let's do something like that. Team system, Sure. Individual. We got Heat Raptors, then we can have a day off. Alright. Pau Gasol has dislocated his finger. Well, Mr. Bosch, come on in. You can take every single one of Pau's minutes. And I took one away from Shaq here. And I also took one away from GP there. And I think that was it. I also can give Yao that one. I'm actually going to let him miss this game. Now Gary Payton's hurt. So Nash gets to start. Parker moves on up. I think Kyle Korver's going to have to play. Not Korver or Smith. Smith's 3 better, so I guess Smith. Powell comes back up here. Okay. Unfortunately, I wish one of these giant guys could play small forward. But between Howard, Bosch, Powell, Yao, Shaq, Dirk maybe as a rookie could have played some small forward, but at this point, no. Alright, let's put Nash there. Anywhere. Alright, then is it Smith? I guess Kobe's playing shooting guard, but then that makes Pippen play more. I don't want Pippen to play more. All I know is that every given time, either Nash or Tony Parker needs to be in. So we'll just switch these around. These shooting guard minutes just for now I'm going to give to Wade. So they're out of the way. Okay, Nash, Parker. So 30, well, 29 and 19. We can probably, that's probably fine. Actually, I'll give one more to Parker over here. Alright, so now we got to figure out shooting guard wise. Kobe can play here, but that means Pippen comes in earlier. Let's do that. And then this is Pippen. And then I guess we can have Josh Smith still come in. We have to always have either Wade or Kobe in at shooting guard based on this. So we can switch that around a little bit. Get a look at Josh Smith for the first time. This can be Pippen, sure. Oh, I still need a shooting guard. How many minutes is Wade playing? That's 9 plus, that's 12, 17. I guess that's fine. This needs to be Kobe, Wade, Kobe. Probably have Smith play here in the third, so Pippen can play in the fourth. Like that. 15 for Pippen. That's a long stretch, though. Maybe I can do it a little different, where it's Pippen here, Smith there. That's maybe better. 11, 17. We gave that to Yao. And that to Yao. I don't really like Nash and Wade playing like all the same minutes here. I like having Nash in without Wade because they both ball. Well, Kobe gets the ball a lot too. I don't know what they do. Alright, so this is the new no GP lineup, which is here. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this goes. It might only be for one game, but it is a victory. Alright, well, a 36-point win over the Jazz. We do have their pick, and it might be one of the best ones. Wade, big game. Powell 13 in 16 minutes. Kobe only 11 points. Kobe and Shaq. I wouldn't expect a 36-point win when they both have 11 points, but other guys stepped up. John Salmons and Othello Harrington leading the way. This is one team. Drew Gooden played 8 minutes, so I guess he got hurt. He's not hurt, but he must have been at that point. He's averaging about the same as he has been. Only a 7-point win. We have a tough time with the Bobcats, it seems. Jason Richardson getting his average, pretty much. 30 points. Second year Josh Howard stepping it up. There's Shaq. Wade with a big double-double. This was the game Peyton got hurt. He's only 2 for 4. This is also the game Bosch got to play. And then here's the game that Nash started. Celtics are pretty good. Red's still averaging, oh, he's over 30 now. Mo Peterson's up as well scoring, because otherwise they don't have much scoring on this team. Shaq had some fun. Made 10 of his 14 free throws, one of his better games there. Nash gets a start and gets a big double-double. Kobe really struggled, but got a rare points rebounds double-double. Usually when he gets it, it's points assists. Josh Smith's first game gets 2 blocks, an assist, 2 boards, and misses both his shots. I'm guessing... Oh, Sean Livingston in a second for Yao Ming. What is that nonsense? Like, even if I was selling, like, that is awful. That is just awful. Alright. Oh, I forgot about David Lee. Another good player. Of course, we lose to the Pistons. So the team that I'm really hoping gets worse is now getting better. And we lost by 15 to them. We were down by, 14 at halftime? Yep. And we lost every quarter but the fourth. Oh boy. Shaq fouled out. I don't get that many foul outs, which is kind of nice. But Dwight and Bosch got to play. So that was Dwight's first minutes, I think, and he got 2 free throws, 2 for 2, and his free throw rating is 66, so that's saying something. Josh Smith gets his first points as well. Jason Kidd almost got a triple-double against me. Amare getting more rebounds, but points have kind of leveled out. And then we come back and beat the Rockets by 37. They're pretty bad. Carmelo averaging now 27 and a half in year number 2. They've got Karan up to 17. And Mike Miller's actually going down each year. Beyond that, not much going for them. They've got 31-year-old Bryant Reeves. I feel like he only played like 5 years in real life. But this is an alternate reality, right? Kobe, Dirk, Wade with another double-double. Parker, probably his first double-double of his career, I would imagine. Oh yeah, we're seeing history be made here. Made all 5 of his shots. Steve Nash had 5 steals. That's probably a career high. Josh Smith had a nice little stat line there in his 13 minutes. All right, we are into January, so let's take a look at what happened in December. Me signing Kobe, re-signing Kobe was the only thing. No trades. Boo. Jermaine O'Neal tore his ACL, so the terrible Grizzlies are going to be much, much worse now. 20 and 12 and a half. They just signed him to a 4-year deal. That's rough. Eric Williams is out for season. He's 75 overall. Rodney Rogers, who I think is the best player on the Spurs, so they're going to be much, much worse than they already were. Wow, Ben Wallace also broke his foot. We have the first look at the award races. No Pacers in here. We didn't have any last year either. Iverson's hurt right now, but LeBron James is stepping it up even more, playing about the same, shooting a little better. He is going to be someone to deal with. He is 20 years old. Gilbert Arenas is now averaging almost 30 points per game. He was one of the guys that went up like 5 overall as well. Weber is coming off back-to-back MVPs, but I'm thinking he's going to get kicked out this time. Rookie of the Year, we got Iggy up there at 11 points per game. Ben Gordon scoring 20. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of the key guys as well. Dwight Howard, Josh Smith, so they won't be in there. 6-man, Gerald Wallace is a 6-man. I think he's the second best player on the Heat, but he's the same position as Rashard Lewis, so he's a 6-man playing 31 minutes a game. Dunleavy, Van Exel, David West. So the Heat. Why is David West a sixth or a bench player? I don't know who their power forward is. Defensive player, Shaq is in here. He's only averaging 16 and a half. His field goal percentage has gone down a little bit. Oh, he will re-sign now too, so that's exciting. He's not super tired. His scoring just keeps going down. Most improved, of course, there are always expansion players here. Richardson deserves it. Swift does not. He's scoring less, rebounding less, blocking less, shooting worse. There's some glitch on 2K where expansion teams get all the most improved player awards. Although Dwayne Wade's in here still. That's cool. Yeah, these guys are doing even worse than they did before. Did we get any of these? No, we did not. Charlotte Lewis, Maggette. Players of the month go to Red and Mello, rookies Iggy and Livingston. Our first look at the All-Star voting. Marbury and Barron. Jason Terry's up there. Crawford is hurt. Shane Battier with his 9 points per game is there. In the front, Gore, Weber, LeBron, and Tim Duncan. Mello, Jermaine's going to be falling down. Glenn Robinson still being amazing. Garnett only averaging 14 points per game. Pages, great. In the East, Kidd and Iverson, of course. Dwayne Wade, Gary Payton, not very far up there. He's usually like at least 4th. But he's averaging a lot fewer points and he's missed some games, so. Ray Allen, Jason Richardson's going to be an all-star, of course. Front court, Kobe, Pierce, and Hito. Kobe has missed, I think, the last 3 all-star games because of injuries. Is that right? No, he did get it last year, but he missed 01 and 02. So he's only a 2-time all-star in 9 years. That's crazy. But he's missed lots of games in almost every season. So 3 small forwards there. Elton, Shaq. Shaq should be higher just based on his name and how many awards he has. Abdur-Rahim's actually ahead of Amare. And then Dirk. Dirk's not quite there to get into the All-Star game. We'll see if that changes. We can now re-sign Mr. Shaquille. We're going to wait on Nash. It says he wants 13 and a half. Why does he want even more? You're so old now, Shaq. Can we give... Do we have to give 3? I think we want to give 3. Can we give you no trade clause? Because I'm not going to trade you. We'll do that. Now, hopefully you can be super happy. So we have him till he's 36. Perfect. He's not going to be worth that much money at that point, but he's Shaquille O'Neal. Alright. What do we need to change? Anything? Nash has been amazing. Wade has been amazing. Kobe's threes are down, but otherwise amazing. Dirk's great. Shaq we already saw. Parker's been much, much better. Yao's not quite shooting 50%, but otherwise good. Pippen's been surprisingly, well, barely better than last year. Powell's been great. Josh Smith in his limited time's fine. Bosch has played in a couple games, been good. And GP is still kind of struggling. And our first look here. Wow, of all those picks I have, it's all good teams. Well, not all, but 7 of them. They're the last 7. For the first time in a long time, I have my own pick. Usually I trade that away a long, long time ago. Wow. So that was part of my thought, was if I could trade for Jason Kidd, I don't really care for all the picks that could possibly get me Chris Paul, but I don't even have the picks that could get me Chris Paul. And I don't have, if the picks aren't going to be good, I can't get Jason Kidd. Interesting. We're 5 games up on the Sixers. And then we're only one game up on the Nuggets. All right, well, we are fighting for stuff here. Let's get to, we're right here, individual, all right. Bodywork, sounds good. Do one here too. Team system. All right, we just lost to the Hawks. Let's do a bodywork. Trying not to do too many mediums. What's that? That's before a back-to-back. So nothing too crazy. All right, kicking off January now. Gary Payton has returned. Do I want to change anything? Does he come off the bench? When's the last time I brought him off the bench? This year. He was the 3-time sixth man of the year. I think it was these 3 years. And then he became a starter for 4 years. And then I benched him that year. And then he's back in the starting lineup, hasn't missed a game for the last 5 years as a starter. So we probably should start. He is one of the best players in the league. But he was when he was a sixth man too, so I was just thinking, like, should he gradually come back? But I could also move Wade back to the bench. We'll just go with the huge and still give Shaq his rest here. And I think I will still play Pippin a little bit more so that Peyton doesn't have to play as much. Can I do that? Can I put Kobe at shooting guard? I can right there. And then Pippin plays here. Where else can I do that? I could do 2 here. Let's just do that for a little while, because Peyton is really struggling with his shot. He becomes a 6th man again, just like that. And we lose. And Dirk is hurt. So maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. I don't know. I don't know what happens. We just randomly lose games. Alright. Go like that. Bosch is going to play some. Back to old reliable here. This was Wade. Then that was Kobe. And then we got to switch these guys. And then I gave Bosch here, and here, and here, and Yao, and there. Let's do that. And I'll let Peyton have his minutes, I guess, since... Wait, didn't I take another one from Shaq somewhere? Yes. Over here. Alright. Hopefully we can bounce back and win. The Wolves are awful. Oh boy, we just beat them by 59? No, 69. We almost just doubled Minnesota's score. Oh my. That might be the worst game I've had so far here in year 22. Still doing new stuff. Alright. Well, first we lost by 4 to the terrible Heat. That's great when we lose to bad teams. That's my favorite. Dirk was 1 for 7. I think that was the game he got hurt in, so maybe he was hurt before he actually knew it. They had a fake guy score 25 points. Randolph Bird. Does he have like a crazy shot tendency? It's 52. A fake guy with a shot tendency of 52 shot 8 of 13, 3 for 3 from downtown to beat me. That's really comforting. But then we beat the Raptors by 34. Darius Miles leads the way. He's averaging a career high 16 points for his new team. Manu only had 9 and fouled out. He is averaging more points though now. Pau Gasol, in one of his few starts, gets 24. He's had some good games. Yao Ming, that's got to be a career high. No, it's not. He got 25 at one point. But he got 22 points in 20 minutes. We got Kobe trying to get a triple-double, but shooting terribly. Dwayne Wade with another double-double and 4 steals. This is going to be interesting. They are 6 and 30. Maggette, his average has gone down somehow. So has Hughes, but they don't have other scorers, so I guess the team's just scoring less. We held them to 27 points in the second half. Kobe Bryant had 39 points. Shaq Nash with a double-double. Powell another good game. Peyton a double-double. Yao was not good, 3 for 11. Otherwise, it was like a flawless game. We shot over 60%. And then 16 over the Clippers. They are not good either. Kobe back-to-back good games. Shaq and Powell with double-doubles. GP with a good one. Nash 1 for 6. Allen Houston's averaging 19 points for the second straight year. They don't have much else scoring-wise. Juwan. This team did have Anton Jamison. I don't know if he left or if he's hurt. Alright, let's keep on going here. Kwame in a first, we already saw that. Dwayne Wade has left knee tendonitis, is going to miss 2 to 4 weeks. So this is where we go back to, I think, the starting lineup we had previously with Nash and Peyton. Parker's going to play a whole lot. And we need... Pippen's either going to play more. I guess he's probably going to play more. Do we give Kyle Korver a chance? I'd rather play Josh Smith. We'll see if we can make that work with Smith. When's Dirk back? 1 to 2 weeks. Alright. Oops. So, Nash. Peyton's playing almost only shooting guard. Or probably is only shooting guard. My thought is it should be... Let's do this. Peyton comes back in. It's going to be Kobe and Nash only playing shooting guard. Let's see if I can do this all in one little go here. Pippen's going to play a lot more. That's 7 and 6. It's 13. Let's do one more there. Kobe, Peyton, Parker, okay, then let's get I don't like that. Let's do something like that. Whoops. We gotta switch Pow and Bosch. This needs to be, let's see, we did Pippen and then Smith came in there and then Pippen. 22 for Pippen sounds like too many. Do Smith. Let's do 20. And then we gotta switch these guys. Oh, that wasn't right. Or was it right? Did I do it right? Okay, whatever. And then we did here, and here, and here, 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 and here. So Bosch and Parker are playing a lot together. We're going to save this as the no... I don't know if I have a no Dwayne Wade lineup, but we'll find out. Looks like I didn't. Alright, Parker, Bosch, yeah, Pippen is... Oh my, now my 6th man, that's kind of scary. Alright, we play the Heat again. That's also kind of scary. Tyson for Yao. We did beat the Heat. Darko and a first for Yao. No thanks. Dirk is back. We're going to leave it for that game and we're going to lose. Cool. And then Dirk comes right on back into the lineup. Wade's got 1 to 2 weeks. I think it'll be easier to load that lineup I just did and then give Dirk his minutes back. Or actually, well, he just got back from injury. We'll leave it. Alright, let's look at this fun one. 36 points over the Magic. Kobe and Shaq. Peyton a double-double. Yao a double-double. How many of those does he have? That is the second of his career. He didn't have any last year, but one in his rookie season. Bosch, 12 points. Cool. Hito, averaging 23.5 now. Got our revenge on the Heat here. Richard, a big double-double. That random fake guy only got 15 on me this time. Tony Parker, of all people, just led the team in scoring. Followed by Steve Nash. What is this nonsense? 12 points for Kobe and Shaq. And then we beat the Raptors by 38. Shaq and Kobe both have much better games. Nash enjoys starting again, it looks like. Bosch, another good one. Powell, 10, 9, and 6 in his start. Jay Williams, no, that's Jason Williams getting 16. And they'll lose to the Hawks for the second time this year already. Paul Pierce again at the top. Now he's averaging over 20. There's Jay Williams. Shaq, 33 and 12. Terrible from the line, though. We were down 12 after the first and 32 at halftime. But then we beat them by 29 in the second half and still lost. Awesome. And I'm going to blame... We actually shot a really good percentage. I don't know who there is to blame. We missed a lot of free throws, so probably Shaq. We also had 17 turnovers. Cool. Alright, I think I already did... Yeah, I already did the training. I think we'll run into the trade deadline here. Ben Gordon for Yao, no thanks. Dwayne Wade is back, but not really, so leave it. Dwayne Wade is back now for real. Fun times. How did Josh Smith do in his minutes? Barely shot 40%. But he got on the floor for 7 games, so there you go, Josh. Dwayne Wade comes back into the starting lineup. Let's see, Nash as a starter, shooting 65%. Oh, 72 from downtown. That's in 7 games. So he's been much, much better as a starter. GP here recently. Scoring more, shooting better. Uh-oh. Does Dwayne Wade come off the bench again? I feel like I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Did I save? I saved the no Dwayne Wade lineup. So we'll go back to that. We will put Dirk back in. And we will give him his minutes back. Or most of them anyway. And then we need Dwayne Wade to be the first guy in. I did make him able to play small forward, so we could do that here. Pippen can play a little bit. Then Kobe, Wade, Kobe. We're going to try it till the All-Star break. We'll still let Wade finish games. How about that? And then this needs to be Pippen. .26. Kobe gained a minute at some point. It might be here. All right. We'll see how that works now. Would you like to stop Silly to make some offers? Yes, I would. I'm going to first look at this game. A 19-point win over the bad Clippers. Allen Houston again at the top, 27. Jamison is still here, so he was just hurt for the last game, I guess. His scoring's gone down. Looks like he should be averaging a lot on this team. Kobe, big game. Tony Parker's been a scoring machine here recently for some reason. Peyton, another good one. Dirk and Yao were awful. Combined 2 for 14. Alright, let's take a look here. Were there any trades around the league? Still no. I don't understand that. Any chance the guys I'm trying to trade for are hurt? Blazers. LeBron's good. Kid's not hurt. But where are they in the standings? The Pistons are 6th and good, so they're probably buying or contending. That's not good. And the Blazers are 5th. That's even better than they were last year. So it's not looking promising. I'm still going to do a trade offer on those guys, or trade finder. I'm not going to re-sign those guys yet. Let's see what Powell alone. He's now 88 overall. And they should be able to get me. Oh, well, that's with Peyton. Probably not. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, well, it's easier to say what is good because so far there isn't any. Karolinko in a first isn't awful, but it's the Nuggets, and they're already one of the best teams in the West. Amare in a first, so instead of getting Jason Kidd, I put Pau Gasol with Jason Kidd. That's interesting. It does give me one more year with a power forward. That's definitely the best thing I've seen so far. Kevin Garnett's pretty good. We've already had him on the team, but I'd welcome him back. Didn't really mean to lose him in the first place. That doesn't help Chris Bosh play. That's the problem. And that's why I was trying to get a small forward from this team. Shane Battier is not a bad idea. But I'm giving Pau Gasol to LeBron James and co. Manu back. Alright, let's try. So Parker is due an extension as well, so I wouldn't mind trading both of them. They're both 4 stars. Joe Johnson, Kirk Heinrich, Jason Richardson, bring him back. The other option is to trade Nash. He's worth a little more money, so might be able to get different contracts in return. Like Stephon Marbury. Wow. Karan. The Rockets are not very good, so that pick might be worth something. Ito. Alright, let me go see who is... Is there anybody selling? The Pistons say they're contending. They won't want to shake up its roster. Well, darn. Rebuilding. I'm not going to be able to get Carmelo from them, nor do I really want him for this team. They're awful. They are awful. Buying, contending, LeBron, contending, rebuilding. They're really bad besides Richard. Rebuilding. Big Dog. We could look at. He could kind of replace Pippen. He's somebody we've not had. One of the better players we've not had on the team. So we can look at the Hornets. Will not be that interested in acquiring aging veterans. Well, Pau Gasol is not an aging veteran. The Magic, they've got Turkoglu. The Wolves, Maggette. The Raptors, that's why they're trying to trade me Manu. The Grizz have Mashburn. The Bobcats. Allen Iverson's team is rebuilding. They're 26-12. Can you tell me why they're rebuilding? They're just better than they think they should be. Bucks are not good. Wizards have McGrady. Could be interesting. Looks like Ray Allen's... Oh no, he's not on the Wizards anymore. Bulls. Nobody's very good on their team. Same with the Cavs. Nobody's selling. A lot of teams are rebuilding, but not selling. Jameson. Peja would be interesting. Bring Grant Hill back. Alright, we might just want to do a little trade finder on some of these guys. See what pops up. We're going to try Kid. That's not going to work. Ron Butler was popping up at some point. Kobe Bryant. No thanks. Dwight. That's more realistic. LeBron's not going to be a thing. Richard's got 1 year left. So does Big Dog. Shaq and Peyton. Nash and Shaq. Yao and Peyton. Looks like they want a whole lot for Glenn Robinson. I still kind of wonder if Pau Gasol and Tony Parker would get me him. They probably would. That lets Bosch play instead of Pau. Robinson would play instead of Parker. But then I don't have a backup shooting guard. Unless I can get somebody like Eddie Jones with him. That's an idea. Nash and Pau for Hito and Boris. If I can get a wing and a shooting guard that would possibly be able to play. I don't think Allen Iverson's getting traded. Artest is hurt. Thought about him in the offseason. McGrady's on a 1 year deal. And they want one of my top guys for him, probably because the money has to match. I'd rather get somebody not on a 1 year deal so I can have them for longer. That's part of why I want to get rid of Gasol, is because they are, and Parker, they're on 1 year deals. So that's where Robinson doesn't make as much sense. Peja does, kind of. If they'll do Nash and Allen, they'll probably do something else. I'd have to get somebody else. They don't really have somebody else. I didn't expect them to do anything. Joe Johnson, he's in the same bucket with an expiring deal. Stackhouse and Heinrich for Gasol and Nash. What about Gasol and Parker? They'll give me a first now, which actually makes more sense. I'm saving money and getting people that have longer contracts. And as a team over the cap, that's what makes sense. Jalen Rose is on a 1-year deal. Grant Hill was another guy. That looks bad overall wise. I do gain a first. We do save a little bit of money, and we get people that have longer contracts. Ben Gordon just got drafted, and Grant Hill is better than Pippen. What will it take just to get Hill? Oh my, not Gary Payton. Okay. Ray Allen's hurt. Karolinko was somebody who popped up for Powell. If they have a guard, which they don't, probably can't get both of them for anything I'm willing to give them. Okay, well, the Hornets were one option, but the problem is he's expiring, so it doesn't help me much. Not great. So I'd rather spend time trying the nonsense. He is 5 stars. 4. And I think Parker's more than Nash. Parker. Okay, Mavericks is a star and a half. Nets is a star and a half. Nuggets is a star and a half. Mine's going to be bad. Pistons. The Spurs is 3.5. It's not looking promising. The Hornets might be bad. That's 2. Magic are 3. Oh. It's probably the best deal I can give them. I don't think we're getting LeBron James. I applaud you, 2K, for not allowing this. He's truly untouchable. Alright. And my other wish list item, Jason Kidd, is not 5 stars. He's 4.5. But the money situation is a little harder. I do have a trade exception. Doesn't quite get me there. 1.52, and we can't give them more players. We have to take somebody back, or we trade them Steve Nash, which is fine. The best pick. Okay, so there was a the twos. Whoops. No. I don't think this is going to happen either. Let's see. The Hornets were 2. And then the Magic were the best one. So that's not happening either, right? Because there wasn't a better one, I don't think. I think we already looked at all. Oh, the Spurs, that's right. Alright, well, Jason Kidd is also off limits. I am curious if I do Powell, Parker, and one of those pretty good first. There's only one offer. Okay. What about... Oh, nothing. Okay. What about just Pow and it? There's a Mare. But again, that doesn't help with the Bosch situation. If that was a small forward, Caron Butler kind of makes sense based on what I'm looking for. Somebody that can play small forward and shooting guard. Shane Battier is expiring. Same with Richardson. So Caron Butler can make sense. I don't know why I would have to trade a first. I feel like they should be the one giving me lots of firsts. 05. They can't give 06 or 09. Do you have another guard you can give me? I wouldn't mind Mike Miller. I'll give you... Well, Tony Parker seems to be a lot. Who am I losing? I'm losing Parker, Nash, and Pippen. Oh... I don't know here. I gotta trade somebody. If I'm getting Miller, I guess I could give you Corver. Is this a trade? Probably not, because Powell and Butler are the same. What is his potential? It says A minus. That's probably what Powell is. Well, he's an A. Alright, let's... I don't want to move forward without doing something with Powell, because I want Bosch to play. Howard and Nash. Well, Howard's even more than Gasol, and Nash is a little less than Parker, so I would think Gasol and Parker would do it. Seems like they really want to give the same guys away. Or they really want Howard and Nash, I guess. Is that the best I'm going to do? Karan Butler for Pau Gasol. But I can upgrade Corver to Mike Miller. One more look around here, I guess. They were trying to give me Battier, but he's the same sort of situation. Steven Jackson wouldn't be terrible. But they won't do anything with him, evidently. Eddie Jones isn't good enough to trade what I'm offering. Turkoglu is one of the other guys, but they don't have a guard to pair with him that I would want. They've got a lot of fake people. Gasol would average so many points on this team. I guess I would want Bobby Jackson back if I trade somebody, or one of my guards, but I don't know that I'll do that if I'm not getting something as good in return. Getting Manu back would be kind of funny. Mashburn's getting older, and I'd rather not get somebody that has to shoot so much. Same with Richardson. Well, he's not older, he just shoots too much. Oh, McGrady has 1 year. I'm getting through these guys with the same thoughts I did the first time I went through. Guessing Paul Pierce won't come unless I trade Kobe Bryant. If they had... Alright, let's see what happens here with Peja. They don't have a first they can trade. That's unfortunate. They do have Deshaun Stevenson. Gasol and Nash and Corver. Get rid of Haywood. Get rid of Nash. We're close on money. Stevenson makes more than I thought. Because Peja makes a little more than Gasol, they won't do that. If they had a first, that would be very helpful. I guess I could get... What was the Kings? Oops. What if I get like a Brian Grant as a rental? Is there anything Gasol? Gasol makes a little less than Peja, so we'd have to send somebody who makes a little more than Grant. And all those guys are way too good. What if it's Murphy? Stop putting Shaq on there. I don't know what the point of putting people on the untouchable list is if they keep asking for them in trades. Joe Johnson's due an extension. Stackhouse shoots a whole bunch. Grant Hill was one of the other guys we were looking at, but that's a lot to trade for Grant Hill at this stage of his career. Did they have firsts? They do have firsts they can trade. Pau Gasol and a first for Grant Hill and 2 firsts. Okay, this is probably going to be where I go with this. Because I need some depth at small forward. I'd really like to get somebody that can play some shooting guard too, but this will at least help. Can you give me both? Nash and Allen, Parker and Nash. Powell and a first for 3 firsts. Okay, well that's even better. I don't know what first that is. It's a star and a half, so it might be mine. No, it's Dallas. They didn't have another guard I want. They do have Ben Gordon. Okay, let's try this. So that's 3. So we need somebody that makes about 3. That would be Parker, but we can get more for him. Alright, so maybe we can't get Ben Gordon. That's alright. We don't necessarily need him. Powell for Hill and 3 firsts. Let's see what happens. We like what we have. What if I put my pick on there? We like what we have. What if I put that pick that you were wanting originally? Which is actually your pick. We like what we have. Okay, well, you didn't because you were offering it. Mavericks, Grant Hill, those 2 firsts was for Gasol, and let's just see what happens when I mess around with it. Gasol 05 for 708. Gasol 05. So that's pretty much what we had before. And it's still the Dallas pick. They're fairly good. We're going to give them even more of a logjam at power forward. Powell's probably going to be their starting center. Either that or Vin Baker is. So they won't be bad. They'll have Powell, and Joe Smith's way better than he probably should be at this point. But I think this is the best we're going to do. Pau Gasol has been stuck behind Dirk on my team, and we've got Chris Bosh ready to go behind him. So while he's been very, very good for me when he has been on the court, he deserves to be on the court more, and we're not going to be able to pay him what he wants. I mean, we'll be able to, but we shouldn't based on how much he's playing. So we will do this, keep gathering more firsts, and get Grant Hill back on the team. He's been away for 4 seasons. So if he can play, he's got 2 years left on his contract. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Indy. If he ends up playing 8.5, who knows? Maybe his jersey gets retired. I gotta remember what number I made him. I think it was 15. Whatever it was on Team USA. I think it was 15. Alright. Bye-bye, pal. Grant Hill is back on the team. We still don't have the point guard situation figured out, but we at least made this a little better. We upgraded the backup small forward position. Pippen is finally retiring, thankfully. We freed up this so Chris Bosh can play. That's beautiful. Maybe it was 14. Does 2K remember? Does 2K remember what number you had, people? Grant Hill, Team USA. He's been 5, and did I have him as 5? Do I have a number 5? I do, Josh Smith. I thought he was on Team USA twice, was he not? I'm trying to see if he was on it more recently. Okay, it looks like he was 15. Maybe it was just like for FIBA or something. When he was really on Team USA in 96, he was number 5, but we'll go with 15. Whoops, I'm not going to change his hand. 15, I think, is what I had him. That just looks right. Alright, let's get back to this. Bosch is now in the rotation, thankfully. We are going to leave Hill inactive. We still have a decision to make regarding Parker and Nash. Nash will resign. Parker probably wants a whole lot of money. He's going to want as many as the star players. So trading him... Or we just re-sign him and we don't re-sign Steve Nash. That's another option. He's going to be making more than both of them combined at that point, but I'd be trading him for a shooting guard, which I'm trying to think of who there was. Marbury could play a little shooting guard, I guess. Who there was when we were going through. So I was mostly looking for small forwards. So he's at $4 million. Or he's just one of those guys we let go for free, but it looks like he's going to be really, really good. I didn't expect them to pop anything up. He's making too much money anyway. Richardson, it'd be funny to trade Parker for Richardson. But he's on the same contract, so never mind. Larry Hughes, 1 year left. Jason Terry makes too much money. Tony Parker for Jason Terry. And they still have some firsts. That could make some sense. That could make some sense. I think we're going to see if we can make that work. There was still Caron Butler, who could play some shooting guard. But they only have one first round pick, so it'd be Butler and one first. Okay, I'm going to try this. Butler and their first for Tony Parker, who makes more money. And we get Mike Miller for Corver, 1.93, but we've got a trade exception. Is that a trade? No, we like what we have. Is this a trade? Butler and a first, and I'm giving you a point guard to pair with Carmelo Anthony for the rest of time. But that way I don't lose Parker for nothing like I'm going to. Unless, again, I let Steve Nash walk. And Tony Parker is my point guard of the future. He is shooting 53% now. He's getting better at threes. His perimeter D is an 81. Maybe we just re-sign him. Flipping him from Caron Butler or Jason Terry doesn't sound as good as possibly keeping him and letting Steve Nash go. It's the longest I've worked on trades in several years. But we have so many draft picks, and as they reach their end of their rookie contract, we got to make decisions on whether we let them go for free, we're going to match them, or we trade them while we can still get value for them. Nash is still really good, even though his overall is 84. I mean, he's not going to be the defender that Tony Parker is. But in that case, do we trade Steve Nash? for something else. I kind of thought the Rockets would pop up with, there's Jason Terry. He's actually making more money than Nash. Problem is, I really like Steve Nash, like as a player, and I like keeping the players that I really, really like. I'm more of a Nash fan than a Parker fan. So I think I'm just going to wait it out. And I'm probably going to go ahead and extend Nash, because if I'm over the hard cap, it won't let me make an offer to him in the off season. So we won't do that now, but we'll have to do it once we hit that deadline. So we flipped Gasol for Hill and a couple extra firsts. That feels like a win. And we'll just have to decide whether we match Tony Parker or not. That's pretty much it. Alright, well, we have a few games to sort through. We have Wade on the bench, which I didn't save that. That's stupid. We got Bosch playing, but I had Dirk playing his minutes again, or most of them. We had Kobe and Kobe, Wade, Pippen, Kobe, Wade. Oh no, Wade was also ending here. And then we gave Peyton that one. Alright, so this is, I'm going to save this as something. DW bench. Just in case I end up going back to my original starting lineup. Nash, I think I had more. It was there. Maybe that was it. Alright. So Yao's up. We got Wade playing 29 off the bench. Pippen, I took a few away because he's about to be out of the rotation anyway. Grant Hill's going to maybe come back. Well, I'm going to go through this game and then we'll see if we want Grant Hill in for that back-to-back. What else am I missing? I guess we're good to go. We'll hold off on the Parker-Nash decision. And Dirk's out for the season. We trade Pau Gasol so that Chris Bosh can play. And Dirk goes out for season, so now Chris Bosh starts. And Josh Smith is going to play a lot of minutes. Either that or Dwight's playing some power forward. We're going to play Dwight some power forward. Why not? Dwight next to Yao sounds like some fun. And Dwight Howard has not gotten to play so far as a rookie at the #1 pick. Oh boy. And we'll What's happening with Hill? He's still sluggish, so we're going to let him rest one more game. We're going to load that last lineup we just did. We're going to switch Bosch and Dwight. We're going to mostly play... I don't really want Shaq and Dwight in together, so that's going to happen very sparingly. So Howard's mostly going to play next to Mr. Ming. Oh boy. So Dwight's now at 19. Bosch is at 29. This is now my no Dirk lineup, which I don't think I have one. At least we've got plenty of depth still. It's just how ironic is it? I just spent all that time trying to free up time or free up space for Bosch to play, and now he gets to start. Yeah, this video is going longer than I expected, but I'll end here. I've only got a few more games, so thanks for tuning in. I'll probably be back on, thinking tomorrow night to finish the season. Alright, let's get through this game. Alright, we've got a 26-point win over the Sixers. That's good, since we lost to them earlier, I think. This is when Dirk got hurt with 9 minutes into the game. Iverson with 19, he's averaging 28. Beat the Grizz, who are awful. D-Wade with 24 off the bench. Nash missed both of his shots. Dwight Howard's first game here, 6 points, 3 boards, and a block. Beautiful. Bosch's first start, only got 2 rebounds, but shot well. Jamal Mashburn got 25 points. Mo Williams shooting much better than he did as a rookie, scoring more. Now I'm going to possibly put Grant Hill in. It looks like he's good to go now. I can get rid of Jason Richardson lineups. And Pau Gasol lineups. Alright, so it's that one, and then we're just going to switch Hill and Pippen for this game. Welcome to the lineup, Mr. Grant Hill. Welcome back to the lineup. 16-point win over the Cavs. Grant Hill got 8 points in 10 minutes, shot 4 for 4. That's cool. Dwight 1 for 1 with a block. Bosch, decent, had 3 steals. Radmanovich with 20 points. Alright, 24th. That needs to be body work. Then do individual low. And then right after the Nets is the All-Star break. So let's do some team bonding. Alright, let's get through these two. We beat the Hornets. Let's see how many real people are left. Orion Green, those two, and Yakuba. Chuck Hayes. We almost got everybody. Turioff. Oops. Alright, finished with some wins there. Hornets are pretty good. 29-5 for Kobe. We shot a lot of free throws. Dwight Howard, 10 points up here. That's cool. Bosch almost had a double-double. If he didn't go 2 for 9, he would have. Jason Terry averaging over 20 now. Then we beat the Nets. So we're beating some pretty good teams here, but they don't have Ray Allen, so it doesn't mean a whole lot. Tony Parker, 17 points in 17 minutes. There's Bosch. So as a starter, shooting worse, but hopefully getting better. Dwight Howard so far shooting 56%. He is super happy now. Hopefully Bosch is too. Not quite. We've got Yao. Not very happy. Grant Hill is very, very happy. His scoring's going to go way down, but was he starting when he was on my team when he left? So he and Garnett both left. Yeah, he was starting at the same time because I didn't extend them in the season, and then when I got to the off season, we were at the hard cap, and it doesn't let you make offers if you're at the hard cap. So that was fun to find out. Alright, let's go check out what's happened. The only trade was the one I did. Nobody's re-signed, fired, hired. Dirk doesn't say season anymore. It's 4 to 6 months, so that's promising that he could be back for the playoffs? Question mark. Kid is hurt. LeBron's still leading the way in MVP. Ben Gordon now is past Iggy and Rookie of the Year. Sixth man still Gerald Wallace. Defensive player Kenyon Martin's at the top now, and Shaq's moved up to second. They're having very similar stat lines here. Most improved, all the Bobcats and Dwayne Wade. Kobe, so Pacers, after a year-plus stretch of not having a player of the week, finally get one. Jason Richardson got one for the Bobcats. And our all-star participants, Kobe will start, thankfully. Kidd will be replaced due to his injury. Richardson makes it. Turkoglu Shaq will be a backup for the first time in a long time. Rashard Lewis makes it. For the West, Marbury and Jason Terry. Weber, LeBron, Melo. Rasheed will be replaced. Garnett made it, averaging 15 and 9. So the Sonics, why don't I see Tim Duncan? Duncan must have been hurt for too long or something. Dunk contest, LeBron, Stoudemire, Fred Jones, and freaking Carmelo Anthony. That's weird. I'd rather see Jason Richardson in it for the 4th straight year because I think he's won it all the last 3 years. 3-point contest, no Pacers, but there's 2 Hornets, Terry and Jones. Uranus is almost shooting 50%. We got Wade participating in the Rising Stars game. We need to replace some of these guys because he's fake, averaging 8 points. So we're going to go ahead and give Dante Jones the call. Oscar Parks, also fake, averaging 10 points. we're going to give Matt Bonner, I guess, a call. And Desmond Mayer's averaging 5 points as a fake person. Luke Walton, maybe. Or Zaza. Let's give Zaza. Alright, well, it's fun to replace people that aren't real. All real people on this team. LeBron and Melo are about to kick some butt, I'd imagine. I do kind of... I want to see where guys ended up in the voting. Peyton was super close. It looks like he might replace Kidd. We'll see. That would be cool. Dwayne Wade got some votes. Dirk was not up there because he missed too many games. Alright, we have a 16-point win for this team. So LeBron and Carmelo lost to Dwayne Wade along with the guys I just subbed in. Zaza got 10 points. Bonner, I was hoping that was a 3, but it wasn't. Dante Jones got 13 points. So Dwayne Wade or Jarvis Hayes is your MVP. Hard to say who. LeBron and Melo did ball out, but didn't win. We got Eddie Jones winning the three-point contest, and LeBron James is your slam dunk contest winner. I wish. 7-point win for the East. Melo and LeBron led this one as well. I'm trying to think who was not in that list. Peja, I don't think was he? And I don't remember these guys necessarily, but in the East, I don't see Gary Payton. They gave it to freaking Kenny Anderson instead. Boo. But we have Kobe Bryant up here, 22 points. We got Shaq here, double-double, 7 of 9 shooting. I'm guessing the MVP is going to Kobe because he's the only guy over 20. Mock draft-wise, we do end up moving up. We have 3rd and 6th now. But the T-Wolves and the Grizzlies are really bad. We need the Spurs to keep losing. Because if something goes wrong with my whole Tony Parker, Steve Nash idea, one of these guys would be a good backup plan, Chris Paul or Darren Williams. But they will almost certainly be 1 and 2. We are 7.5 games up in the East, and 4 games up overall over the Sonics. Where are the Spurs? They're 9 and 37. So it is pretty close down at the bottom, actually. The Spurs' best players are TJ Ford and Quentin Richardson. It used to be Rodney Rogers, but he's hurt. The Grizz do at least have Mashburn. And somebody's hurt. Oh yeah, Jermaine. So that sucks for them. And they've got Maggette and Hughes and a bunch of fake people. Quick look here at the league leaders. Anybody that I've not seen already. Seems like there's some major scores around the league now. But it's mostly because they're on teams that don't have anybody else. With the exception of LeBron. His team has plenty of other scoring options, but he's LeBron. Kobe's 13th. Rebounds. Shaq is 4th. Weber leads. Assists, Kidd and Kenny Anderson lead the way. Peyton is 6th. Nash is 9th. Only starting 12 games. Steals, Iverson, Kidd, Peyton. Blocks, Kmart. Shaq is 3rd. Jonathan Bender's up here in 6th. There's also a fake person down here. Turnovers, Gilbert. Fouls, Maggette. Desmond Mason is shooting the best. Where's Shaq? He's 5th. Shooting the most, Mello, Iverson, Richardson, Red. 3-point percentage, it is Arenas leading the way. Michael Redd is shooting over one more 3 per game than everybody else. David Wesley's a great free throw shooter. Carmelo's shooting the most of them, though. Shaq is behind Corey Maggette in 5th. Was minutes up here? We got Mello playing 38 minutes per game. Cool. Alright, what else is there to look at? I think that's it for now. We still have to decide what to do with Steve Nash here at the extension deadline, which is somewhere in the next few weeks, I'd imagine. Looks like I have a game on whatever day it is. So that's where we'll stop for tonight. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said earlier, I'll probably be back on tomorrow night to finish this season off. We're at 36-7, which means we're on pace for how many wins? I went the wrong way, evidently. Oh, or I just totally missed it. Team stat. I don't know why I didn't just stop there. 83.7% is around 69 wins is what we're shooting for. Somewhere between 69 and 70 is what we're on pace for. We're going to hope for 70 because we like 70-win seasons. It's fun. We had 3 straight seasons of not doing it, then a random 80-2. But we like 70-win seasons. So we'll see if that happens. Maybe not. We'll find out. Till then, thanks for watching. Shoeshak Redemption's out.